welcome to my channel, Mona Suckers. Hey, it's been a little minute. Oh my gosh, I have like a lot of real life stuff happening right now. I'm in school this semester. I'm doing a lot, and I just want to say thank you guys for hanging in there with me. You guys will see a lot of what I'm doing behind the scenes unfold on my second channel, Eloho Beauty, where I will be doing tutorials and vlogs and really fun, cool behind the scenes stuff. So definitely make sure you are subscribed to that channel as well. To come on here today and do my face and talk to you guys about comedy, more specifically Dave Chappelle's Sticks and Stones comedy special. So I'm gonna start with a primer. I bought this YSL primer. It's the Instant Matte Pore Refining Primer, but I'm actually gonna return it because I don't really see, I don't see the hype. I don't see what it's doing. I've been using it for about 2 weeks now. Like, I live my life as if I'm oily, which I kind of am, but I'm more on like the normal side. But I live my life as if my skin is oily. My brows, I got my brows microbladed, so they're going through the healing and peeling process right now, which is very depressing and discouraging. I'm gonna do a whole video, the truth about microblading, on my second channel. So if you are interested in microblading, or if you just like my content and want to know like shit that I go through, subscribe to that channel as well. But yeah, so I say that to say, like, just forgive them right now. Now I'm going to a very important event tonight. I got invited to an event by CBS, so that's freaking awesome. And I found out that the producers at CBS really watch and love my channel. That's kind of like scary and dope at the same time. Like, thanks. So I took notes while I was watching the segment. I want to first off start by saying that shit was hilarious. It was funny, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna sit here and cope. There were parts where I laughed and I felt bad for laughing, but I feel like that's also a part of comedy. The reality is some shit you can't laugh at in your everyday life, like, cause like that's some real foul shit, you know what I'm trying to say? So in comedy it's like, damn, like that's fucked up, but damn, he said it in a funny way. Of course there's been a lot of controversy around it because, sorry, I gotta stare at this orange mustache right now, but I told y'all months ago, I was like, I don't know how long comedy is gonna be around, because in the climate of today's society, like, everybody is sensitive, everything is offensive, you know, you can't just say everything that you want. I mean, I do, but you know what I mean? Certain people can't say whatever they want because they will get canceled. He started off talking about cancel culture. You know what I mean? Like, he knows, he's aware of it. He's like, yo, right now is a bad time to be a celebrity because you're living under a microscope. Everything that you do or say will be held against you. You'll be canceled for this, canceled for that, canceled for that. And he's basically like, yo, I don't give a damn. The Anastasia Beverly Hills loose setting powder. You have to be bold, you have to be brave, and you can't offend the wrong groups, aka marginalized groups, aka people that are at the bottom of the totem pole. But at the end of the day, there's no way, in my opinion, to be a comedian and not offend somebody, okay? You know what I mean? Like, somebody somewhere somehow is gonna get offended. Even though I feel like the shit overall was hilarious, there were moments where I was just like, all right, I can't laugh at that. Like, I really can't laugh at that. Pedophile stuff, I can't laugh at that. To me, I just can't. What else? It was a lot of stuff that he was saying that I was just like, just cringing. I was just holding on to my robe like, oh no, don't say that, don't say that. But you know, the audience was laughing, child. You know what I mean? Like, everybody, I feel like comedy is very personal, and you know what one might find to be hilarious, another might find to just be pure disgusting, and you should just never say that, you know what I mean? But I feel like that's the whole point of comedy in the first place. Like, comedy is meant to take us out of reality where we have to be so like, you can't say this, you can't say that, you can't do this, you can't offend that, you can't say that, and just puts you in this like world of all this shit is funny. All right, at the end of the day, do y'all really know that we're not going to be on this earth forever? Like, sometimes it's just like, damn, I don't want to take everything so serious. Like, it's a moment where you can laugh at yourself, where you can laugh at your pain, you can laugh at other people's pain, and we can all laugh at each other together. You know what I'm trying to say? I feel like in today's society, we can't do that though. And I get it. I get it. I do. I get it. Like, obviously y'all know what my channel was about. I get it. Although we have evolved, like, there has always been societal taboos. There has always been things you can and cannot say publicly. You understand what I'm saying? But Now it's like the public, we actually have a voice, we have power, and now we just don't let celebrities just walk or, you know, do whatever the fuck they want to do. Now we're really gonna be like, well, we're gonna hold you accountable. I've been trying the Versali Skin Blur. I didn't want to commit to the big $60 bottle. Is it 60? I think it's like $58. I didn't want to commit to the $60 bottle, so I got the $30 bottle. But now I feel like, damn, low, like you paid $30 for this tiny shit. Look at this shit. Wait, let me see. Look at this. Damn near $30 for this little itty bitty piggy that went to the market, okay? Until I finish this bottle, and I'll give you guys like a review on my beauty channel. After watching it, I watched it twice, child, okay? After watching it twice, I went on the internet and I started to see what people were saying about it, what issues that people have, because I knew it was very problematic. Like watching it, I knew it was super problematic, but the shit was still funny. But let me just continue. I knew it was really problematic. And I went on Twitter to see like what were the issues that people had. Now people had a lot of issues with sidebar, there's gonna be spoilers in this video. But yeah, so people were outraged by the Michael Jackson comment. Now he basically said if you did not watch the Michael Jackson documentary, which I didn't, he recommended us not to watch it, okay? He said don't watch it. And he said, oh, my wig is coming up right here, y'all can ignore that, I'm gonna fix it later. And he said he does not believe them. Okay. You know, at the end of the day, like I was not there. I was nowhere near there. So I'm not even gonna disclose my opinion on if I believe those parents or if I don't. Now what I will say and what I will agree with him on is y'all wait until a man is dead to open the case back up and try him again. Like that in itself, I felt like, you know, like that deserved to be said in itself. Why are we trying a dead person? Are you mad? Are you stupid? A lot of people don't pick up on that, but he's very sarcastic in his jokes, and a lot of people think that him saying something is how he feels. A lot of the times it's sarcasm. He made reference to Chris Brown and Rihanna, and he said, you know, people label me as the tone deaf comedian. You know, if somebody says, oh, Chris Brown beat up Rihanna, I'm gonna ask, well, what did Rihanna do? I don't know if that's necessarily how he thinks or how he really is outside of his comedy, but there are stupid ass ignorant people that really be on some like, oh, well, she hit him first, or yeah, well, what did she do, or oh, what was she wearing, or ignorant domestic thoughts that a lot of people in society have. The topic that got him canceled was the LGBTQ plus jokes, some of which was funny and some of which I was like, nigga. And he spoke about the Department of Standards and Practices, and it's basically a department in which if you're just doing too fucking much, like they're gonna hit you up and be like, bro, like you can't say that on our network, like we're gonna get the backlash from that, you know what I mean? So he said he met with someone from the Department of Standards and Practices, and they basically said, hey Dave, you know, you can't say the F word, like you can't, you're gonna offend the LGBTQ plus community. That is an offensive, derogatory word towards that community. We cannot use that word, okay? He said he didn't have a problem with it. He said, okay, cool. Granted, no problem. He walks away. He thinks about it. He comes back and says, but wait a minute. I say nigga all day on my, you know, on my stand-up comedy. Like, why is it that I can say nigga, but I can't say the F word? And she says, because, you know, you're not gay. And he says, well, I'm not a nigger either. Like, yo, I'm sorry. Yo, if y'all didn't see it yet, that was one of my favorite parts. He like low-key, high-key called him a nigga without calling him a nigga. You know what I mean? Like that was hilarious. I'm sorry. That was funny. But of course, you know, he did say the F word. He dropped the F-bomb a lot, and I was just cringing. I'm like, oh my God, Dave, you cannot say this. You have homophobic jokes mixed with misogynoir, mixed with patriarchy, mixed with... Child, just stop. Funny thing is, I watched it with one of my friends who is transitioning, and I asked her like, yo, so when you hear like jokes like this, whatever, how do you feel? She's like, nah, like that shit is funny. And I think sometimes, like, on the outside looking in, sometimes we feel like oversensitive for other people who don't even really feel no type of way. Now, I'm pretty sure there was a large group of trans people who did feel some type of way, or people in the LGBTQ community. Like I said, he hit all communities. So I'm sure across the board, everybody from some community felt the type of way. I think sometimes we get like overly sensitive about other communities. Like I saw people who wasn't even a part of that community more upset than the people that's in that community. And I'm like, sis, like, You real mad and they laughing. Like, this is my concealer. For the most part, I really wonder with comedy, like how and where can we draw the lines? You know what I mean? Like, how and where can we be respectful of everyone, especially groups who are being murdered and killed every single day, aka the LGBTQ community, aka the Black community, aka women. You know what I mean? Like, how can we bring comedic relief, but at the same time being sensitive to these groups? And I don't think you can. That's the point I'm trying to make. I don't think you can. You're going to offend somebody no matter what you do or what you say. When you stand up and try to make a joke about a situation that people are being killed every day in the streets about, you're gonna offend somebody. Is it possible to offend someone in a joke? You know, obviously in a joking arena. We're all here to laugh. You know, is it possible to offend a group of people in a joking arena and not cancel them? You know what I mean? Like, you pay for this. Like, you knew what time it was. Like, you know, there was white people in the audience. They knew he was gonna make white jokes. You know what I'm trying to say? He was in Atlanta and he spoke about, you know, homosexuality in Atlanta. There were gay people in the audience laughing. He spoke about abortion. Child, I'm just so confused. The contour with my YSL foundation stick. I got a lot of YSL in this video. What's up, YSL? Like, you trying to sponsor me? So I'm gonna set the areas that I highlighted with my Anastasia powder. Is it Anastasia or Anastasia? Because at this point in time, I feel like I should know. And so I'm not a comedy critic. You know, I'm not a professional comedy critic. I just laugh at shit, and I'm kind of woke, so I know when something is like funny and I could like laugh, and I know when things are like, damn, I know a lot about that topic, so it's just not funny. But again, where do we draw the lines? Is this the end for comedy, for stand-up comedy? You know? And I watched 2 reviews, one being Nappy Headed Jojoba. I really like her channel. She's like, she's so witty and like kind of nerdy, so it's like, I like you, I like you. And then I watched one more where she was just completely like outraged and you know, just like, how could he say this and how could he say that? Now I'm using my Jackie Aina palette. Like, I just gotta do the looks.
I think I'm gonna do, should I do like that really neutral look that I did? So I'm wearing silver glitter pants and a white top. I don't know if I'm doing this wig though, that's the thing. I might do this wig. Should I do this wig to a CBS event? Like, are they ready for unicorn vibes? We gotta get ready, Pooh. Alright.
So as of right now, I have to finesse. I really gotta finesse this eyebrow situation because it's not good right now. It's not good. And it's like, so many rules. You know, I'm not supposed to put makeup around it, but there's no way I can go anywhere with crunchy eyebrows. Like, literally, like, crunchy eyebrows. Like, I was both offended and amused. I think you can be both. I don't know, but I'm a Pisces. I'm a very jokey person. Like, I come on here and I talk to y'all about serious topics and things like that, but I'm a very lighthearted, jokey person. It's really hard to seriously offend a Pisces to the point of no return. You know, that's just me. I'm a unicorn. Like, I guess that is one of the problems with cancel culture, is that like, you cancel someone and then in the next breath it's like, oh, let's give him another chance. But that's like literally how Pisces are. So I don't know, unless like you really did some fucked up shit. Like, seriously, like, you know, you blatantly just did something and you're not sincere or apologetic about it. 9 times out of 10, let's say 8 times out of 10 on my lips, I use a plum lip stain to line, and I use concealer to fill. Bend and snap, okay? Okay, my face is done. I don't really remember where I left off. Like, what was the last thing that I was saying? I really don't remember. And I really have to get ready because I will be up here talking to y'all and just completely miss the whole event. And then that's not smart. So, ow. So that is all for this video. I know I kind of like missed the ending there, but I was just like trying to get ready, y'all. I can't be late. Like, this lateness can't be my life, you feel me? Overall, back to the Dave Chappelle Sticks and Stones. I mean, I really want to hear how you guys felt about it. Did you watch it? Do you think we should cancel Dave Chappelle? Do you think we should cancel stand-up comedy as a whole, or any comedy that talks about any like social issue? I mean, I like to laugh. I have a nervous laughing condition, and I also have just a regular, just bubbly, laughy spirit. So I like to laugh. I like to laugh at myself, and I do like to laugh at other people sometimes. I do. At the very same time, I understand where you need to draw the line, and where something can be offensive, and where something can actually perpetuate stereotypes that we're trying to like knock out, you know? Let me know what you thought of the final look. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you at the next one.